Alright lads and lassies, and welcome to my 25 facts about me. As you only see me once a month, I thought it'd be a good idea for me to do this so you get to know me a little bit better, and I think it's a good way of breaking the ice. Yeah, so might as well get started. Number 1, if you didn't know, I'm Scottish, born and bred in the south of Scotland, but number 2, I lived in Glasgow for 3 years studying. Number 3, I am 6'3". I like to think, I usually tell folk I'm 6'4", but when you stand against someone that is 6'4", I'm a little bit smaller. Number 4, I don't really know what I want to do when I grow up. I can't really say that anymore. I don't know what I want to do when I'm for a job, for a career. Like, I believe you don't really know until you actually get the job itself. Like, all I know I want to do is create, so either create videos, create t-shirt designs. This one's not actually mine, this one's George's. Oh, looks like he's got a big heat. Or create games or stories or anything like that. Number 5, I'm a planner. I plan and plan and plan. For example, these videos, like this one's taken a fair week or so. The whole me starting YouTube took a month and a half. Like, I like to write stuff down, I like to plan, I like to develop stuff. I'm one of these people that likes to write my plans down, like with a diary. Don't like diaries because it's all hidden away. I prefer to have a calendar so I can just look up and see what's happening in the whole month, if that makes sense. Number 6, I have a photographic memory. Like a lot of you out there who have the same, but I'd like to explain it to folk that don't, because Georgie doesn't and I had to explain it to her and she finds it amazing. For example, if I'm revising for an exam, like the prime example was my chemistry exam when I was doing it for my intermediate 2, which is the equivalent to GCSE if you're English. I wasn't the best at chemistry, I didn't really care for chemistry, I just had to take a science. And I can remember going home the day before the exam, I had my revision stuff, went to my granny's house, and I can remember I was sitting in the spare room and I had this bit of paper and it was like a glossary or like a dictionary sort of thing of the terms that they use in chemistry. And that was probably the only reason I passed my exam, is because I just memorised it. I could tell you the exact definition from what it said on the paper, but I could also tell you whereabouts on the paper it was, what page it was on, even though that wouldn't have got me marks. Could have got extra marks, I think. Number 7, I can't stand the sound of people brushing their teeth. It just grinds on us. I can just imagine it's like scraping your hand down like a chalkboard or something. Like, that doesn't bother me. It's the sound of folk brushing their teeth, and they don't even have to be next to us. It can be like on a YouTube video. For some reason, if someone decides to film themselves brushing their teeth, I have to fast forward it. I can't stand it. I just get chills, even on TV and stuff like that. But the thing is, it's like tickling. You can't tickle yourself. So I can brush my own teeth and it doesn't bother us. It's when someone else does it, it just grates on us. Number 8, I bite my nails. I've said. Number 9. Now, I believe that you're either an English person, like English studies, or a maths person. So either you're good at like reading and like looking into text and finding deeper meanings and stuff, or you're good at like doing equations in your head and writing stuff down and figuring things out. I was definitely a maths person. Definitely maths. Number 10. I'm currently learning Spanish. Now, at school, I took German because you had to take a language, but I never really got into it. I used to just be the kid at the back of the class. We had actually had this system where I copied the person next to us and they copied the person next to them, and used to watch movies. But the German teacher refused to put the subtitles on, so you would learn. And we just sat there and we're just like, what is this? We just came back from Spain, and I felt sort of, I didn't feel included because folk were talking in Spanish and I was just sort of sat there, and you'd think they were like speaking behind your back, taking a piss out of you somehow. Number 11, I'm also learning to code, so computer coding. I've got books like this, I'm learning myself, I'm not going to any classes at all. I haven't done it for a while, but I know more than I did when I started. Extra fact, I've got the squeakiest chair in the world. Number 12, I always had the attitude of thinking films based on books were better. I just didn't see the point of reading a book when it would take you days or weeks or months, because I'm a really slow reader, when you could watch a film and it lasts 2 to 3 hours. But now, since the first time I've read a book before the film, was The Hunger Games, and I read the first two before the first film had come out, went to see it, and I just left disappointed. Like, I was like, that didn't happen, he didn't die that way, stuff like this. Like, I was just pissed. I'm currently making my way through the Harry Potter books because I've never read them before. That just shows you how little I read as a kid. And I'm currently on the Half-Blood Prince, and there's just so much extra in the books than there is in the film, and it just explains stuff a lot more. Like, a big one for me was how Fred and George got their shop and made all their practical joke things that just wasn't explained in the films, but is in the book. Number 13. With that being said, I only read on public transport, so the train or the bus. It just doesn't appeal to me, or it doesn't cross my mind when I'm at home to pick up a book and read it. But when I'm on public transport, it's something to do, and I sort of look forward to it when I do travel. And I have a reading album. I always put my headphones in and I always listen to the same album. I listen to No and the Whale's second album, First Day of Spring. It's a good album because it's quite reflective, and it's quite like slow, and then it's got fast-paced stuff. Number 14. I have a thing about escalators, so the stairs that move by themselves. When I was about 10, maybe a bit younger, my dad told me a story about someone going up an escalator and the step caving in on itself. Well, they continued to go up and then got chopped in half. Now, I think he told me it because I was mucking about or something on the steps and just to stand still, but since then I have to stand on a step, like on the edge. So say that's the step, this is my foot, I have to stand on it like this. So if the step caves in on itself, I'll land on the one below. See, it's the things you learn at childhood that save your life. Do it. Number 15. I was a regional badminton champion when I was younger. I think I was 12 or something. I was never involved in any clubs. The only club I went to, the only time I played badminton, was at school on a Thursday. After school there was a club. I was never involved in any like boot camps or anything like that. I don't know, it just didn't appeal to me. But yeah, since I've left school, I haven't really played that much. And when I have played, I've been rubbish. I keep on missing it and stuff, and it really annoys me. Yeah, so yeah, it's one of my biggest regrets is not playing as much badminton, because I do enjoy it. It's fun. Number 16. Like a lot of folk, I don't share food. But the only time I'll ever share food is when I'm struggling, either because I don't like it or I'm full. And when I'm full, I mean I cannot eat anymore. Number 17. You would think that being a film student, like my favourite film would be like something that has a like clever camera work, or the editing was on point, or something like that. But I like, whether it's a film, whether it's a game, whether it's a TV show, I like them when they show a story over a long period of time, or they start as like rubbish and end amazing. So for example, games like Pokemon, you start with a rubbish like starter Pokemon that's a really low level, and then throughout the game you'd catch more powerful ones, they'll go up levels, they'll learn new moves, they evolve, and you become the best at the end. But with films, it's exactly the same. My favourite films, I've got two. First one's Forrest Gump, because it starts off as him as a kid, and then like it goes through his entire life, and it's just an amazing film. And yeah, it's enough said. And number 2 is Click, the Adam Sandler movie. I don't know what it is about that movie, but it just hits us. Like, I just love it. I don't know why. Number 18. Besides film, stuff like that, I am a very musical person. I play quite a few instruments. I'm one of them people that prefers to play a lot of different instruments than be amazing at one. I play guitar, which led on to bass guitar, ukulele, drum kit, stuff like that. I also play flute, and I used to sing a little bit, but I'm not going to give you a tune. Number 19. Along with the music, I used to be in a pipe band, so I dug out a photo. So this is the first one. Don't know, oh, I'm out of focus. That's me there. I got my drum. I played the tenor drum, so that's what them sticks are. And then this is me and my friend. This was actually our first engagement, so like our first time playing. And then there's my little brother down there. Get to get 4 of this, but then we have like the proper kilt on. and that's the sticks. So the tenor drum is the one that they twirl, and then they do like all this and stuff. I could still play it. Right, now I don't know if I'm in focus. What are we on? Number 20. I mentioned in June's monthly vlog thing, I still haven't got a name for it, that when I was younger, I got my hair ripped out by a camel. And when I was hunting for them photos of me in the pipe band, I came across one with the little devil. Now, I said that was on my dad's shoulders, and there was a camel that came over the top of this fence and ripped my hair out. Now in this photo, I couldn't find one of me on my dad's shoulders, but there's one of my sister. But this is how close it was. So my dad standing there, and that's how close the camel was. And I was on my dad's shoulders, that's my sister. So I'd be, well, she's 3 years older than me, so she'd be what, 7? So I'd be what, 4 or 5? 4 or 5. It's a traumatic experience, I'll tell you that. But yeah, the camel just came over and was like, oh, that looks like nice blonde hair. Because I was a right blonde child. Yeah, just grappled onto my hair, the little bitch. Number 21. When I was at school, they're all school stories. I'm just like injury prone. When I was in school, there was one day I broke my rib sliding down a banister. That's the only bone I've ever broke. Was my rib. It was on my left side. Bloody roasting an A. Number 22. I have every single Ratchet and Clank game bar 1. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Gladiator. Size Matters. Secret Agent Clank. Tools of Destruction. Quest for Booty. A Crack in Time. All for One. Nexus. The only one I don't have is Q-Force, which is the second last one. So between All for One and Nexus, there's Q-Force. I've been quite tentative to buy them last 3 because they're meant to be shit. So Insomniac Games, if you're watching this, hire me and I'll come up with some storylines. Number 23, my favourite pizza topping is mushrooms. A pizza isn't a pizza without mushrooms. Number 24, the most played song on iTunes. I haven't actually looked this up, I wrote it down when I came up with these. So I'm a little bit nervous. This could be anything. Alright, okay. My most played song with 171 plays is Coffee Shop Soundtrack by All Time Low. I think that's one of my gym songs. Like, I only ever listen to iTunes on my iPod. So it's either No in the Wales album, which I read on the train, or it's gym songs. So it must be one of them. Number 25. I am really bad at going off topic. Like, I didn't realise until I started editing, and I would have to listen to myself so much. I'll start a sentence, for example, and I'll just like argue against myself in a way, and then because I've argued with myself, I forget what I've just talked about, so then I'm like and I have to look back at footage. Like, that's when I'm recording. Yeah, so that's my 25 facts. If you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment if you do the same stuff, or if you think some of the stuff's a bit weird. It's gonna start raining, so I'm gonna have to wrap up this video. But yeah, hopefully I can make more videos like this, me just sitting, talking to the camera and telling you a little bit about myself. But yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to see more. It's raining. I'll see you next time. Number 15.